And we're back.
Hello again, everybody. We are so enjoying this day. It's been a wonderful day, and we've still got so many wonderful things to come. It's a beautiful day out here at SELA. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you very much for your generous support. Shout out to Simone's mom. Thank you for your generous donation. And that's a really good time for me to remind everybody that we have a really important goal that we would like to accomplish, which is that we want to empower Steven's kids to attack him with silly string, whipped cream, and we've added, for the excitement, an ice bucket dumped on his head by his children. So please help us do that. We want to get to an overall goal of $30,000, which is that includes generous contributions from today, as well as some other contributions that we have been receiving from generous donors. So we're about $1,800 short from Steve getting silly stringed, whipped creamed, and ice bucket challenge. So help us get there. It's going to be fun.
That's right. Remember, $5, $10, it all adds up to Steven getting made fun of live on Facebook.
And what could be better than that?
That's exactly right. Who doesn't want to see that?
Exactly. Especially when it's his children that are going to be doing the making fun of.
It's true. Aiden was a really big help as the beekeeper's apprentice / camera person. And Emery has really helped out today running around.
She's been running, she's been assisting with other tasks, and they've just been troopers for the entire day. So we really want to help them have some fun with their dad.
Yeah. Now I am very, very excited about this next segment. It is now 4:45, which means it's time for cocktails and conservation. I hope that we make this a weekly feature here at the Bamberger Ranch. But we are very lucky to be joined by an organization based out of Driftwood, Texas, who not only do they distill from the land, but they are also conservationists, and they helped out the Seven Oaks Ranch over in Ozona, Sonora area with a controlled / prescribed burn. Because again, we don't like to use that term controlled burn because you can't really control entropy in fire. That made no sense. I don't even know why I tried to go down. It's been a long day, folks, okay? So I'm going to switch the camera around, and I'm going to turn it over to Bobbi.
Hi, everyone. Do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay.
And I'll grab it from you when you need both hands.
I might. Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Hi, everyone. How's it going? My name's Bobbi, and I am from Desert Door. I've been one of the folks that's been with them since the beginning. Just to tell you a little bit about Desert Door. So we are the only producers of Texas Sotol, the only Sotol distillery in the United States. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know what Sotol is. Usually we have to go into a much longer story on it. But Sotol is a plant that's native to Texas, all across the Chihuahuan Desert, really. And there are some Sotol plants on the ranch here. So that is how we've gotten to get to know SELA and visit here. And it's been really exciting learning about the space and all the good that they've done for this land. So yeah, we opened in 2017. We wild harvest all of our plants in West Texas between Johnson City and Marfa. This is what we're collecting here. His name's Wilson. And he is a Sotol heart. So we're collecting about 16,000 to 24,000 pounds of that per week. Most weeks we don't harvest when the shoots are up or the stalks are up, which is right now. So you've probably seen the plants a little bit more visible right now. But once we have this plant, we're going to bring it to our distillery in Driftwood, Texas, which is about 40 minutes from the ranch here. And then we're going to take the plant, we're going to steam it, press it, ferment it, distill it to get our original spirit, which is 80 proof, very smooth, herbaceous, floral, lovely to sip on, but also very good in cocktails as well. So I'm going to get started on some cocktails in a little bit. And then beyond that, we have another version, our oak age Sotol, and that is going to age in new American oak barrels, medium char. It's going to have that same beautiful earthiness as our original, but then a little bit of a spice note to it, a little bit more smoke. It's also 100 proof, so definitely something that you'll enjoy mainly in the winter months, but I'm going to make a cocktail with it that's perfect for summer as well. So as Jarrett brought up, we are involved in a few conservation efforts, and it's amazing what they've done here, so we've been inspired by the ranch. But most recently, we've worked with Seven Oaks Ranch, the Walker family, which are awesome. We've loved getting to know them in Ozona, Texas. We did a prescribed burn with them, which was something that, for me personally, I learned a ton about. It wasn't something I really knew a lot about, but something very, very important to the landscape here. So not to go too far into it, but basically burning is a natural cycle to Texas, to all ranches, to the earth. And it's kind of been pushed away for so many years to where there's been a lot of buildup of things, especially like juniper or cedar, to where we've lost a lot of the native fauna, and that's affected the animals, and it's just put the biodiversity of a lot of spaces just completely out of whack. So Seven Oaks Ranch has been amazing about sort of converting this ranch that was run one way for a very long time to a place where they were doing prescribed burns yearly, and the way it's changed, to watch some of the landscape there, see where they have done burns and see how much it's changed, how many native grasses have come back, and in return, a lot of bird life and everything else. It's really beautiful. So yeah, we were lucky enough to take care of their prescribed burn this year, bring out a lot of our staff, and work with some folks at Texas A&M to do a burn together. It was an amazing experience if you ever get the chance to do it, which we're hoping that we can offer that up to people in the future. I highly recommend it. We worked from about 8 a.m. until I'd say about 8 at night, than that, and yeah, just very, very thoughtfully created a burn in an area. It was something that was very thoroughly thought about, but yeah, it was really interesting, and we do have some information on it on our page. If you go to desertdoor.com and then click on the conservation tab, or if you visit our Instagram nowadays, there's a lot of photos supporting that, so you can learn more. So that was really interesting, and it's allowed us to get to know these folks here and learn more about the community. And but now I'm going to go back to what I know most about, which is cocktails. So can I grab this? Thank you. And I just got some Mountain Pink, right? I just learned about these recently, so I'm going to kind of put myself on the spot and make a cocktail with them in just a second. And these were just picked on the ranch, and they taste like tonic, so if you see them, go for it. But first thing we're going to start with is a ranch water. And this is a very, very simple cocktail to make at home. This is definitely our favorite summer cocktail. And I'm going to need some drinkers. So yeah, raise your hands. Awesome. So first step, put it in a koozie. Next step, whoop, too many bottle openers. Pop it open. Do you want to sip this just below here? So it's an interactive drink. Just sip it below that yellow line. We like to do it with Topo because it's got a little bit of salt in it. Also nice measurements on the bottle. And yeah, great flavor. So you've done that. Perfect. Thank you. So from that point, it's basically a perfect pour from here up. So next step, just slowly pour your Desert Door in. And last but not least, lime. There you go. Ranch water. That's for you.
Thank you.
Of course. So drink number one down. Next up, we're going to do something with our oak age. And this one we're going to do in these cool Sela glasses here. So this is called a Swish of a Tail. So this is a new cocktail that we've added to our menu in our tasting room. We generally change our menu seasonally there, but the bartenders are incredible and come up with really, really beautiful things. So this one was a really, really fun one. So you're first going to grab some mint, give it a little bit of a smack on your wrist, throw it in there, and then we're going to muddle that. go. Open up your oak age sotol, and we're going to do 2 ounces of this. Alrighty. Next, you're going to grab some agave. I already measured this out, so it's 0.5 ounces of agave nectar. And last but not least, some lemon juice. You can use fresh lemons. And just 0.5 ounce of that. And then you're going to grab some, preferably crushed ice. We know not everybody has that, so regular ice will work just fine. And prep your glass as well. Alrighty, so we're ready to go. Give it a good shake. Can be a little bit hard to get these open when it's a little bit hot out. You really have to work for these drinks. Alright, there we go. And then strain it out into your glass. You can also use honey in this. It's really, really tasty with that. I would do a little bit more, probably about an ounce of honey. And last but not least, you're going to want to garnish it with some mint. All right, drink number 2. Who wants this one? There you go. All right, and if you'll bear with me on this last one, we're going to do a bit of an experiment. So, this is going to be the Mountain Pink. Do we still have some time? Okay, cool. So Mountain Pink I just learned about recently. And you'll find it in a lot of ranches around this area. But it basically tastes like tonic. So we're going to throw some of that in there. And whoever's drinking this one, it might turn out terrible. So I want someone brave. But I mean, Texas has so many beautiful native plants, and they're very plentiful, and I just added some rosemary as well. So it's fun to learn about what's going on around you and experiment with what you're finding. So I hope this inspires you to do that. Alrighty. So I think we're going to go with original for this one. Our original sotol has been compared to a desert gin before. So it mixes really well with a lot of gin-based cocktails. So I have high hopes for a tonic. Next, we're going to add some more agave, 0.5 ounce. I'm going to squeeze some lime in there. All right. A little bit of ice. And we'll get a glass ready as well. Whoop. Okay. And then give it a good old shake. All right, and then last but not least, pour it in here. And then anything fizzy, you're not going to want to shake. So we're going to just top it off with some Topo Chico. And what's best about using native plants is you have some left behind, and they make beautiful garnishes. Hey, who's up? Yeah, Rusty. Tell me what you think. You look like you're in Hawaii right now with that drink.
Very tasty.
Good? Okay.
From the land.
There you go. We'll call it the Bamberger.
That's a great idea.
Of course. Well, yeah, that's all the cocktails for me right now. But I hope you guys are mixing at home and supporting the ranch. They do amazing things here. So sip and support. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bobbi and Desert Door, for coming out and helping us. So before we get into our last produced block, which is going to feature one of our longtime scientists, Dr. Nicholas Herstoff, and then we're going to have a little featurette on our bats. We can't forget the bats. And then at 5:30, we're coming back at you live. Mr. B will be here, and we'll be here to answer all of your questions and hopefully get that last $700 because we have just gotten over $1,000 of donations since we started this segment. So we are extremely close to silly stringing. If I can get him, he keeps walking away. Oh, there he is. Don't deprive his children, people. We're really, really close. Thank you. Tune back in at 5:30.